Hello, everyone. I just want to share something I written about my first awakening, spiritual awakening I had when I was about 16. So here we go. At the age of 16, I had my first so-called spiritual awakening, experiencing a deeper dimension beyond the body and mind. It occurred when I got on my knees, prayed fervently, and cried to God and Jesus and begged for forgiveness for hours upon hours, and periodically reading the Bible, desperately trying to understand why I was a sinner. I felt a deep guilt and shame for getting into trouble with law enforcement as a youth offender. I hanged around with a gang of troubled youth and committed some acts of theft, giving in to peer pressure due to low self-esteem. My first awakening occurred after being on my knees for 2 hours, praying continuously and reading the Bible and crying. I felt incredibly lifted, exalted to a blissful state, feeling totally loved and strongly forgiven, as if I had always been as such. Felt very light, expanded, and absolutely peaceful. I felt like a different person after that experience, as if there was a deep impulse that was born inside my heart and took over my whole life, to begin my spiritual journey for knowledge and understanding of what happened in that first awakening and make sense of this new beginning. I withdrew from the Catholic religion. Basically, I rebelled against my family and my parents to go to church on Sunday, knowing deeply that there was something more to life than what religion explained. I was studying many different mystical traditions and Eastern teachings. I had many more out of this world mystical experiences that knocked my socks off, made my hair stand on end, and blissed me out for days, where I felt being at one with the universe. Even though these experiences were temporary in their effect, and I came down back to earth, crashing. I studied Edgar Cayce, Paramahansa Yogananda's Eastern teachings of yoga and meditation. I got initiated into Kriya Yoga and practiced yoga for a number of years. I joined a New Age group that channeled angels and aliens, and also went through the mystery school teachings of the channeled entity named the Ramtha, the Enlightened One, that was channeled by J.Z. Knight. I joined an intentional community for 7 years and had a few spiritual teachers. Read tons of books. I felt lost for a little while, got into psychedelics, studied the indigenous way of life with some friends of mine that I met at some powwows. I did some shamanic teachings with Don Oscar. And more recently, I studied Eckhart Tolle, Adyashanti, Ganjaji, Mooji, and Osho. I had come to some deeper conclusions more recently in my life that caused a deeper inner lasting transformation. And I also realized that change can happen when I do the difficult inner work of coming to face with the repressed, unloved aspects of myself. Instead of getting distracted, outwardly in chasing after the next best workshop, the next best retreat, another teacher that can tell me that I'm okay or not okay, the next best-selling book, some powerful secret formula that can change my life, or a magic potion, or looking forward to the next out of this world mystical experience. Hopefully something will happen to make me somehow magically enlightened. Finally, I settled to being fully present, looking more deeply within myself, trusting my own intuition, and loving myself. And to this day, I have continued, never given up, being fully present, facing my shadows, continuing to grow, embracing myself, honoring my feelings, loving myself deeply, giving time for self-care. And this has made me more available to be more compassionate to others, to care for others, be more open to life's unknown possibilities, going deeper into presence, truth, light, and power. Walking in your own power. Walking in your own integrity is very important. Thank you for listening. If you like this video and you like some of my other videos, press like on the bottom. Please comment. I would love to hear from you, from your own experience and your own awakenings. If you're interested in subscribing to my channel, please press subscribe on the bottom. Thank you so much. Much love to you. Thank you for listening.